There you go. There it is. So plan for tonight is nuclear reactor online and tank. I think those are the two things that I would like to accomplish, and if we can go a bit longer, we'll go a bit longer. I don't actually consult tomorrow, so that is not a concern the way it has been in the past on Monday night streams. Anyway, first thing we need to do is get this uranium probably into base, I would say. I don't think I really want to deal with it. I need to change the stream title as well. Hang on. Hang on. One more chore. Just one more little chore. Edit stream info. Factorio going nuclear. Factorio. There we go. Alrighty. I want to run this stuff back to the base so I don't have to worry so much about it. Because then we can keep our eventual uranium ammo processing nice and close to our red ammo processing. And I guess because I've embraced the fact that this base is just going to look ugly all of the time, I'm going to stick it right in here. So we're going to have one belt that comes up like this. Pretty much exactly like that. Ooh, mining prod. Yeah, give me mining prod. Something like that. And then, I don't know, probably like 12 of these things. Oh god, they take 100 advanced circuits. I can lick them off the belt. Not an ideal. Don't pick up the engines. And then 100 concrete. That should be stewing already. Because we plugged that in before we ended last time. Yeah, there it is. We've got 1,400 already. That's perfect. So you're going to come with me. Then we're going to make a handful of these things. Just to get it started. So they're 3x3s. We'll say you go here, here. We're going to run power lines, like this will do. And about here as well. So I guess I want 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to have like 8 of these. That seems about right. Looks like we really need to pick up the speed on making circuits, though. So the idea is we're going to build the world's most scuffed nuclear reactor. Just to get to it, basically. And then once the nuclear reactor is online, I'm going to worry about scaling production up. This is not sustainable production long term. We're not making nearly enough stuff for me to be content with it. But rather than try and build it all out now, off of a power grid that's basically already failing, I would rather just wait until I have the means to power it appropriately. So we'll pick this up. This one's going to come through like that. You're going to spit it out here. And then we're going to have to stick a filter on the end of that thing, too, to grab any U-238 that we end up producing inadvertently. 92. Oh, I'm actually short on gears. Alright, that's fair. I'll go grab some iron. I was like, I have copper and plastic. I can craft this by hand. Yeah, because like even now the grid is dangerously close to redlining. It's just not sustainable long term. There we go. For now, we'll live with 2. You guys keep working on mining prod. Stick a splitter right here. Run a power pole over here. And we're not going to do anything super fancy with any U-238 we get. We're just going to stick it in a box. So filter that out to the right. You'll be an inserter. There'll be a box there. The 235 will continue its way down this belt. Probably directly into uranium ammo manufacturing once we have that done. And then you guys, in the meantime, I can get rid of all of that. We will only be using piercing rounds from now on. And then while I wait for the rest of this stuff to finish up, I probably want to think about fortifying some of these outer mining outposts. Like that oil is undefended. This whole architecture up top is undefended. And we're going to have to start worrying about attacks again relatively soon. I should probably go clear that out right now, because that's probably close enough to get triggered. So let me put one more centrifuge down, and then we'll probably go on a little expedition. Clear out a couple biter nests, let research clear. Because I think I still need to research a nuclear reactor. Which is like 800 science, and I also still need to research tank, which is the other thing that I would like to get done. So we do need to spend a little time just piddling around in the car, not doing anything. Hey, not doing anything, but like clearing biter nests out. Wouldn't mind having another 10 labs here. Because it looks like science is backing up. We're not consuming it as fast as we make it. Although once we start hitting the blue technologies, that'll change. In fact, I should probably stagger some of the blue technologies out, otherwise it's just going to bottleneck itself when we get to them. So, box. Centrifuge. Run you down here. Clean that up. And actually, this also just needs to go in a box. Because I can't just let it pile up on the belt. So something like that should work? Yeah. Alright. We can leave that alone for a little while, and we can go clear some biter nests out. Are you running? No recipe. I need to give you an inserter as well. So those are going to sit there. They're going to work for a bit. We're going to come back to it in like 45 minutes, and we might have enough uranium that we can fuel up a nuclear reactor. But we still have a ton of steps before we actually get there. So will we wait for some of the research to spin up? Like, actually wrong twice. Well, we wait for some of the research to spin up. We'll just go make sure that our perimeter is clear. Oops, oops, oops. Close enough. Starting with this single nest out in the wilds. I'm not even going to get out of the car for this one. I'll just use the car gun. I think it's just one nest. There we go. The other one is going to require the use of turrets, though. We're going to have to get out of the car for that one. Why are we looking to the ones on the north? So we're, like, kind of danger close, but not really. I probably should go kill them, because they're going to be a problem within, like, the next 10 minutes. But I guess I can leave them for now. As soon as power's sorted, I get to tap all of these mines. There is so many minerals out here just for the taking. Oh, I need to get advanced material processing as well. Well, so realistically, what needs to happen first? Nuclear power and tanks. Yes. That needs to happen before anything else. I would love to have electric furnaces, but I'm not going to be plugging electric furnaces into a coal power grid. They're just going to burn themselves out. Okay, there's that. Clear out this initial wave. They shoot that far? Do you hit, like, this one? He doesn't hit that one. He does hit that one, so now I need to dive. Burn these down, please. Burn those down, please. Don't take your armor off, put bullets in it. Okay, there we go. A little messy, but we got the job done. You can hit, right? Yeah, you can hit. Oh, you're out of ammo. I see the problem. There we go. So that was really the only problem nest out here that I was worried about. And it may be one of the only nests that I was really worried about in general. Like, you're a little concerning. You're a little concerning. These three are a little concerning, and you might become concerning in the future. But I think I've bought myself enough time. Let's go get like another 2 centrifuges online. Maybe red circuits have piled up enough by this point. We could also start laying down the really initial architecture for a lot of these iron mines. Could also think about fortifying some of our outposts, because they are kind of vulnerable right now. More than anything, I just want to increase production. But our pollution cloud is not going to let us do that, and our electricity grid is not going to let us do that. So let's just go start making iron mines. We know we're going to want to. And we'll thank ourselves for it later when they're just plug and play. How many drills do I have on me? 46. I'm going to need like 3 stacks. I'm going to need a little bit of iron. I'm going to need a little bit of steel. That should be enough to make just about everything that I need to make. Maybe grab a couple extra engines. What is this belt? Oh, that's a extraneous basic ammo belt. You're going to need some of that. You don't need this coal in your inventory, though. That you can throw away. And then drills, like 3 stacks of drills. There. Everything you need to set up a few mining outposts. Hop in the car. Just killing time until nuclear is done. So once we get out to these bigger ore patches, these aren't super big, but they're kind of getting up there in size. I want to run 141 trains. So we're going to be planning with that in mind. You're here, here, you're here. I actually think I want to fit as many miners as possible on this patch, so let's move that whole rack up a little bit. I want to have like 6 belts coming out of this thing. And granted, they're not going to be saturated. But I want to be aiming for massive production. We got to start launching rockets soon. And so I'm going to be building with that in mind. Something like that. And then we should be able to just like take you and just start copy pasting these racks. Unintentionally lining them up with power poles. That's great. I love to see that. Alright, so it's going to be 1, 2, 3. No, that's not right. Hold on. Something's gone dramatically wrong here. Hang on. You should grab this, because that's the one you actually want to line up with itself. And then you should grab... like, well, you should have grabbed this, because then you could just kind of tile it along. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 belts. But they're not going to be even close to saturated. Yeah, you guys can happily drill for a little bit here. But I am going to be severing this power relatively soon. Can I do that? I can do that. Yeah, this network's redundant. So if I cut this, power is still going to flow to both, so the radar arrays on both sides. Correct? No, incorrect. And in fact, that is the electrical grid that supplies your oil. So you may want to put that back. Okay. Well, if you were to put it back, it would run a little something like this. And then over here, it would run a little something like this. Yeah. Okay, so that's back on, at least. But then we have to fill out everything in the middle, and we're out of wood. It's okay, we can get wood. Let's make all of them. More wood. There's some to your north. Let's go walk up there quick. I can grab these 3 too. There's that done. So that'll let us plug that whole patch in. And then do I have my blueprint book? I do. Lovely. The one thing that I am not going to blueprint is... Or the one thing that I'm not going to scratch build is balancers. Because balancers are a huge pain in the ass to scratch build. So I'm going to use Rainquist's Fall 2024 book for this specifically, and I would love to have a 5x4 for this configuration that we have out here. So line it up about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You go about there. Then you come around here. You come up here. You come through here. Get your undergrounds out. Exactly enough. Then you need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 splitters, and you have 2. Just make time. Will those work? Let's plug these belts in. One. Two. Three. Yeah, the drills are running, but they're not going to draw a ton of power. And they're going to fill up really quickly because there's nowhere for the ore to go. So it's okay that they're firing off now. They're going to chunk the power grid, but they'll stop about as quick as they start. And then when we finish handcrafting those last 5, let's trace out where the perimeter is going to live. So space, space, turret, turret, wall, wall. Space, space, turret, turret, wall, wall. Curl you around this way. Space, space, turret, turret, wall, wall. We want this to look nice because this is going to be a semi-permanent mine. We may burn down the amount of ore in here, but 2.5 is actually going to last us quite some time. You just run along up here. Plug our last splitters in. And then I think just because it'll look cool, we'll have a big long underground here. And we'll have a wall that runs between it. And then this is going to continue down this way. So this is going to be our little, like, pillbox. Oop, that's not right. Like this. And then we're going to have these make a turn down here. And the train loading is going to be here. So for how that's going to line up, we're going to have Belt, 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 belt. This is going to turn. It's going to turn into a splitter. Half of the splitter is going to go like this. Half of the splitter is going to go like this. And then we'll have 6 inserters, loading into 6 boxes, loading into 6 inserters, loading into train cars. And we're 1 off. So this whole thing needs to get moved 1 down. And that's where we want it. So knowing that, we can run this belt back up and around. And we're out of belt, but that's fine. Also, you can go. You're actually done with your ore already. So we don't necessarily want it to turn in here, but we just wanted to line our track up. And if we were to continue our wall down like this, putting the train there looks pretty fine. We're only really going to need 1 stop here. We're never going to need more than 1 train to pick up from this station. So we're just going to build 1 stop. And we know that it needs to be 6 long. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to go here. I'd also like this to look more iron adjacent. So get like some blue in there, but I want it to be like a grayish blue. That's more of like a lavender. It's going to be more purple. I guess it would be like something like this. How does that look on a locomotive? It's too purple. Don't like it. Anyway, this is going to be a 141 iron ore pickup. And we'll find a better color for it later. Actually, I think there's somebody who like put a bunch of these together. Factorio, train color, X code. Isn't this in the like the Factorio cheat sheet? It is in the Factorio cheat sheet. Train colors. Iron ore is 140, 255. It's a really aggressive blue. What if I were to do like 70 and then half of 250 is like 130? I like that, actually. It's like a cobalt blue. We'll leave it like that for now. 2, 3, 4. Train on the other end. And then all this can go. And where it's going to go instead is here. I just want enough that I can actually build the template for it. Because then later I can just come in and copy paste it. You're going to go here. You're going to go here. And then if I copy you without the train track. 2, 3, 4. That is how that is going to end up looking. Nuclear power is done. Next thing I need is tank. Rocketry, maybe a prereq? Rocketry's not a prereq. Where's tank? Tank. Military 3 is a prereq. Let's get that done. The other thing that I would like to do while I'm down here is cable this together. I would like these to actually be smart stations. So let's copy the wiring over to all of them. And then we're going to hook this wiring up here. One train car has 48 slots. Iron stacks to 50, I think. I guess we can find out. Iron stacks to 50. So 50 and 48 is, you don't need a calculator for this. It's, 50 and 50 is 5,000, so 50 and 48 would be 4,900? No, 2,400. How'd you get that wrong? Because 50 and 50 is 25. Yeah, you were conceptually right, but mathematically wrong. So enable U if iron is greater than 2,400 times 4. 96? 9,600? So if there's more than 9,600 iron ore in these chests, and this isn't perfect because we don't necessarily know that we can load all 4 train cars, but that's the reason we have the balancer. The balancer should make sure that each of these 4 belts gets about the same amount of iron ore. If this station says that it has more than 9,600 iron ore, it will turn on. That will summon a train to come and pick it up. Otherwise, that train will try and find another station to pick up iron ore from. And let's also put in the walls. I don't actually know if we're going to have enough walls to do this. I only brought a couple hundred, and we're really burning through them. But we'll find out. Also, you're unnecessary, and you're unnecessary, and you're unnecessary, and you're unnecessary, and both of you are unnecessary, and I don't need you. I also don't need either of you, or you. That's good. Pull you down this way. Good. Then pull you along this way. Alright, so we're not going to have enough to wall in the train station. Which is going to end about here, probably. No, because you want, like, turret, and then wall. Yeah, you're going to end right about there. Which means we're also going to want another set of underground belts. That's military 3 done. Give me tank. This isn't necessary for functionality, it's completely cosmetic. So, space, turret, wall. But it's important to make things that look nice. And that was your last stone brick. That's fine. So you'll have that. How many gates can you make? Just give me 2. Put them there and there. Continue running that wall down. It'd maybe be kind of nice to have some lights in here, too. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we'll head back to the base, and we'll take a look at our uranium supplies. 2, 3, 4, 5. We also need to power these, which we can do, like... Do they line up anywhere? Not really. but that's good enough. I guess I'll take that. And then you, I want to have the same light. So what color is this? 7130? Moody. But I love it. Alright. So that's roughly how that's going to look. We can come back and we can put the turrets in along with a little extra stone, along with a little extra wall, along with a little extra belt. But that's roughly the layout that our mining outposts are going to have. And then we should be able to copy and paste pretty large portions of that when we go and expand into ore fields. Let's go see how uranium is doing. I'll go the long way around. Oh, there's a bunch of stuff that needs help down here. Look at all these drills that aren't even mining anything anymore. We're also out of green science. That's not what I expected to run out. We've also gotten 0 uranium-238. Okay. Well, we have a couple things to work on down here then. The first thing... Oh, God, 500 reds. Oh, Lord. Your problem is you aren't getting enough iron. So we need a way to increase our iron production. Which we could do by packing our iron drills more tightly. This patch may not last us long enough to actually plug this thing in. But there's a solution to that. And the solution is to do this. The solution is to do this. Go get more belts. You have belts in a box. You can just go pick them up. You want more iron coming down this belt. And in order to do that, you can employ a bit of side loading here. But then you kind of want this one to do left input priority. No, you want it to do left output priority. So it's going to shove as much iron as it can down the left, and then whatever it can't fit down the right is going to be supplemented by the iron belt that feeds the steel, because steel is not getting used as fast as we're currently making it. Also, I think your ratios are wrong for iron now. Don't you only need 24 of these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, you shouldn't need anything past this anymore. So you can just rip that down. Alright, so that's going to bump up your iron production a little bit. Not much, but a little bit. In turn, that is going to increase your pathetic green circuit production. I think you might want to start building bigger now. 500 red circuits. Like, it's so far off. It's also going to kill all of your blue science production if you try and do it. But then you're not getting enough iron to even make green right now. Hmm. It almost feels like we're peaking too early. So yeah, let's start building a more robust operation, I guess. I don't love it, but I also don't want to sit here for like 5 hours while we wait for this stuff to toil away. A lot of these power poles are no longer necessary. So just to confirm, you want to build a rack of like 96 steel furnaces, coal-fed steel furnaces, when you are about to unlock electric furnaces. Is that correct? When you've built an entire iron mine, and all you would need to do is plug it in. You want to set up coal furnaces. When your power is still on coal, and you only have 136 in your starter patch, and your next coal mine is like very close to biters, you want to set up... Okay, I get it. But then what is your solution to producing things faster? Actually, it looks like it's kind of working itself out. Like, red circuits just picked up in a pretty dramatic way. So here's what we want to do. We want to set up an inserter here. Your entire job is going to be to pick up reds off the belt. You pick up reds only. We'll power you. We're going to use you to build our nuclear reactor. We're just going to be extremely patient, and we're going to wait until you're done. And I really think we're going to have to try and run everything off of 2 centrifuges. How bad is that? I only need one U-235 to kickstart making fuel cells, and that's fine. Like, ideally, I'd like to wait for 40 for Kovarex. But Kovarex is space science. And we're nowhere close to that. So while we wait for that to spin up, let's go and finish our iron outpost and plug the turrets in. I should have enough ammo to do that. Where'd you park? Way down here, I think? Yeah, way down there. You do still technically mine coal. Okay. That actually massively improved our research. I feel much better about this plan. That's a good enough stopgap measure. So now that we have tank, what do we want after that? I think we want electric furnace after that. I think you start building for the industry of the future pretty much right now. Because it feels like... No, because then you need batteries for accumulators. Yeah, just go for the good foundries now. If we had done solar, we probably could have gotten up and running quite a bit faster than this, but it'll be alright. Run you down here, run you down here. I mean, you don't even have, like, stack inserters yet, do you? No, you do have stack inserters. Never mind. That is not as far as that needs to go. So I don't actually want to start loading this train yet. But I'll do like this. But you can at least get all of the other prep done for this little mining facility. And then let's start plugging turrets in. So for the turrets, I actually want to use hazard concrete because I think that'll be fun. Something like that. And then if I fill that with stone, how does it look? It looks okay. So copy this. Oh, I'm going to have to make an actual blueprint of this because it is not going to let me copy the tiles otherwise. Tiles as well, please. Thank you. And then we just hope it lines up. It doesn't exactly line up. But we could make it line up. We could push the wall out. We could push the wall in. Now you're thinking. Get ready to fill your inventory with a ton of iron ore. Realistically, I could wait until bots for this, but we just need to kind of burn some time off the clock while we wait for some research anyway, while we wait for our base to, like, get its production in order. So it's not exactly lost time. Okay. And then we'll kind of do a little bit of this. And a little bit of this. We'll use just stone brick underneath the tracks, kind of make it look like ballast. Although I actually think I may like this more. Oh, I like this more. So it looks like they're on little firing platforms. Yeah, yeah. And then I really think each of you only needs like 25. Especially because you're not even facing the direction that you should get attacked from. These guns should basically never fire. Do you also want to give them like some light, maybe? Nah, I think that's okay. And then we'll also run them up this way. Maybe a little something like that. No, that needs to be concrete. Otherwise, that train could just go flying off the rails. And then you have a concrete backstop. And then what do I want to do with this platform? I definitely want the belts to look like they're on top of stone. And I want to give them like a one wide border. So that would be 6. And we're out of stone. Okay, so we've built some nice looking defenses that will never fire at an enemy. I'd say that's a job well done. Pretty pleased with that for a day's work. But more importantly, we've stalled for long enough that our electric furnaces are done. So let's pull this rail out this way. That should be far enough to catch the double track that we have set up down here. Let's find something else to research. What do we need right now? Not really any of these things. But advanced oil processing is probably the most important. Because we're kind of working towards robots right now. And that's going to take lube. Switching off of coal and onto solid fuel would be a nice little bump for our electricity production. Missing rail? If you say so. You'll come up through there. Should probably start automating rail pretty soon. No, save it for when you have real production. And then just copy and paste this whole thing because I don't actually remember how to signal it. But you're going to go something like that. You need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 path signals. Wrong. Swing that around like that. Swing this around like that. There's a blueprint hiding under there. Chat, I'll be 2 seconds. I will be right back. All right, we're good. Webcam. There it is. Sorry about that. 2 of you. We finished advanced oil processing. So that's going to give us a bunch more work to do when we get back to base as well. Why are you mad? Is it because there's this crossing track here that's not really supposed to be there? I think so. Yeah. It was mad that there was crossing track. Alright, so if we needed to, we could plug that iron ore station in to some kind of smelting array. Assuming that we had the power for it. Which maybe we do. Holy cow, I can't believe I made it through that. How many circuits you got? 500? 300. We're getting there. Research made stuff in order. I need 500 for a nuclear reactor, right? Where am I looking? Here. Yeah, 500. I still have no U-238 though. In which case, I need to make 3 more centrifuges. We're not producing U-238 fast enough. So, as much work as it took to assemble that amount of red circuits, I gotta spend them. We're also starting to run a little low on coal here. If you look at how fast this belt is moving, it's consuming basically half that belt all the time right now. But iron is backed up. So iron is no longer the limiter. Copper is also no longer the limiter. Copper's running full time. Green circuits are backed up. All of our red circuit plants should be running right now, but it's about as much as we can produce. Unless we wanted to upgrade to, like, assembler 2s. But I'm kind of waiting to do that until we start building the semi-permanent factory. 1, 2... Wow, you're iron heavy. I'll go get one more then. Three. The startup race is really on its last legs. I wouldn't say we're in like a race against time to get the 2.0 base up, but that needs to get dealt with. We've procrastinated for as long as we can. We're gonna need a lot more ammo to do that too. We still have 16 turrets, that's fine. That'll be enough bullets. Do you want to build the tank and drive the tank up there? You could. Nah, just take the car. You haven't actually automated shells yet, which is a problem for you. We have a lot of factories we still need to build. Iron is humming away. This also nets us this beautiful iron patch. So I would say that's a worthy expansion. Cutting that one a little close. What you working with in here? Bunch of shit. We're gonna have to pull this back. Still too many worms in there, but we've done quite a bit of damage. I think it's just those 3 at the top that are the biggest problem. I'm gonna have to put in like 1 more line. Wait for that acid to clear. I wonder if uranium ammo is also space science, or if it's just like production science or something else I'm not making it. I know it's not blue. It's not blue in military. It's something more sophisticated than that. Alright. You guys have pretty good reach at this point. So I can dive. There we go. Good. And then as long as I'm out here, I'm going to clear those other 2. They may expand back again, but they won't expand back as large. We also have a good-looking choke. Well, no, there's like a... Yeah, I don't think that's really not going to do what we want it to do. We haven't really found any natural choke points so far. There's only 3 worms in that whole base. And you can kind of reach them. Need lube. There's one down. This will hit all of the biters. No turret left behind, man. Save all of them. Kill that worm, though. Fine, I'll do it myself. You guys good? Yeah, they're good. Alright, hang out there. You're gonna bring your friends up. I'll take care of that. Patch these up. Lube done. What do we need next? Electric engine units. Keep working our way towards a robot. Fuck, that's a lot of worms. Alright, get to work. Let me fix this guy quick. That's a lot of worms. I want to try and max range those nests, like these three. You're gonna get hit by worms here, man. You gotta go real deep. And then be ready to pick up any that take too much damage. Like, nah, you lost one. I'm not gonna lose two, though. I'm gonna lose two. I'm not gonna lose three, though. I think they did enough. Sucks to lose the ammo that was in them as well, but... that's a nightmare nest. You killed like 3 worms. But I think that you can creep the nests now. You can. Okay. And if you can creep the nests, then you can creep the worms a bit more, because they won't be spawning as many biters. What are you doing? You've already lost 2. Just from, like, not being able to find ammo in your inventory fast enough. Shameful. Flying engine frame. Or flying robot frame. Just kite. Kite for him. Keep him distracted. You've done enough. I think you've done enough. Alright, well that one got a little sketchy. But we're done. It's a whole lot of space we don't have to worry quite so much about. I'm not doing that one. There's limits. And I honestly don't think that I'll need to expand the radar network again until I have construction bots. Which will be good, because I don't want to wander out there manually. So let's get back home. Remove this evidence of my shame. Let's get back home and start automating some things. Construction robotics. I actually didn't realize we were that close. We're literally there. We need to update our oil producing. We need to set up a lubricant factory, which is easy, but we also need to set up cracking to burn off all the medium oil. That's going to be a power hog. And then we need to build a second engine factory. We need to build an electric engine factory, which is also going to take batteries. So we need to set batteries up, which means we need to set... Well, no, it's just batteries. We have sulfuric acid set up already, actually. It's using it to mine uranium. So at least there's one small step that's done. Alright, first things first. Let's modernize this oil setup. Over here, I need a chemical plant and another tank. You are going to make lubricant. Also, I gotta set up these centrifuges. That probably needs to happen before anything else. Hey, we've got our first U-238. Technically, we could start a nuclear reactor. It would just die immediately afterwards. Just one? No, we have two! Okay. We could actually start to think about spinning a reactor up, maybe. Especially if we just added 3 more. How many you got? 383. Puts us at 397. We're not that far off. I only need 1 reactor to start. I don't need to go immediately to 4. Going to 4 will be nice, but I'm pretty sure even just 1 will still power our base. So, you go... That's not going to work the way you want it to. You're going to go here. You're going to go... here. You're going to go here. And it's going to be very ugly. But we decided a long time ago that we were going to accept that. You're going to go here. And run down this way. And run into here. You're going to make lubricant. You are going to dump into this tank. We're going to connect the rest of you up. Over here, we're going to have storage for our waste oil products. Dun 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 dun. And then another one here, I think. And then they're going to run back out like this for when we crack. Cracking, because it needs water, I might actually just extend straight up this way. I'm going to need like 20 chem plants, though. Well, no, I'm going to need like 12. I'll start with 6 and 6. We're not actually making that much oil. And I just need to crack to delete excess. We're not really even consuming that much petroleum yet. Give me 12 of those. As far as piping is concerned... You're gonna go like this. No, start with heavy oil. Heavy oil is going to go like this. We're gonna have it look nice and symmetrical. I'm gonna pretend that these are my chem plants. You're gonna go here, 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 here. Which means this is where your pipes are going to go. Am I done with 6 yet? I'm done with 4. You're also going to have electricity. Can plug you into the grid right there. And then you're also going to have water input, which is going to come from here. We're just going to plug this in directly. No, we're going to plug this in directly. Anything else you need here? Not really. Just work on miscellaneous stuff. So now we can replace these with what they're actually going to be, which is cracking heavy and medium. You're going to be flipped. We can copy you. Put you here. You are going to expel medium oil, which is going to get plugged in at the end, but also it's going to get passed directly down to medium oil cracking. And then I'm also going to need to run cabling for you, which is going to look something like this. And I'm also going to need 2 pumps. One, 2. Ooh, you know what? I actually don't want you to do it like that. I want you to go like this instead. That'll do. The only thing that I want to be able to leave these tanks is the fluid being signaled for. So you are going to get hooked up to this. You are only going to turn on if light oil is greater than 10,000. You are going to be the same thing, but for heavy oil. So these are the 2 pumps that control whether anything actually goes into the crackers. Why are you off? You're off by 1. It's because you forgot where they were supposed to go. They go here. Green to green, green to green. Enable light oil greater than 10K. Heavy oil. Then you go underground. Then you hook up here. And then you crack into light. Light flows back into the main pipeline. I'm fine with it being in the main pipeline. I just don't want it to wind up in this section of the pipeline. This section of the pipeline is only going to be controlled by pumps. So you go under, you go over. This whole thing is going to get copied and placed here. You are going to need an innovative way to bring the water in. You know what? I'm going to change this whole thing. Because I like an alternative better. Here, here, here. You like this, and then you can grab water off of here. Because then you can go underground, and you can do the same thing here. Yeah. That did not drag like I thought it would. You are going to be light oil to petroleum. And then we have to horizontally flip those three. Plug the pipes in. And then you make liquid petroleum gas. Where am I going to send you when you're done? Where am I going to send you? That's the question, man. Where am I going to send you? How do I get LPG back over there? Because I intentionally didn't leave a space for it here like an idiot. Actually, I know how. Just do a little something like this. Wrong. Wrong. So this is pump controlled, which means it goes here. This is not pump controlled, which means I can plug it in like this, because it just feeds back into the tank. Yeah, that'll be fine. And then put all your undergrounds in. Plug your water in. And what do you get? What you should get is a fully functional cracking plant. 9.9, 1.3. Plug this back in. Oh, it doesn't. It's not gonna fit. I thought I had it all figured out. In that case, I can do this. It's the jankiest solution ever, but it'll work. Alright, so that's cracking done. I never have to look at my oil ever again. It all takes care of itself. We should be producing lubricant. We are. We already have 5,800. What is the next thing I need to be working on? I need to go get red circuits because I think it is nuclear reactor time. Oh, yeah. I need 500 copper plate. I need 500 concrete. I need 500 steel. Those are the easy parts. $500. $117. Copper may not be the easy part. Like this? And then like this? This is technically a solution. And you only really need to give me like this much. Because we're going to need a ton for the heat sinks and stuff as well. And then 500 steel. Just waiting on the copper to come in. World's most dysfunctional functional base. Probably need to clear that, and maybe that. And maybe these. Oh, you know what I can do while I would just wait for these to spin up? I can start working on explosives. Also, why the hell is the plastic wind down like this? What was I thinking? You can just shoot straight across. This base definitely needs to go and be replaced with something more organized. I feel myself losing sanity when I look at it. So, steel plate, plastic bar, explosives. Steel plate I can get. I can siphon it here. Plastic I can get. I can siphon it there. So, like, we can put an explosives factory here, basically. Or an explosive cannon shell factory here. But what do I need for explosives? Coal, sulfur, water. Okay, so, like, I want to put it, like, right here. And that's a chem plant? Yes. There's my nuclear reactor. So let's put some planning down. I would love to just send it right up the middle. So that would be like this. 1, 2, 3. It would intersect with the coal. But I could move the coal over. And I will move the coal over. Something like that. And I may actually do the join just right here. You'll go underground. Go underground by one more. Just give me more space to work with. It's so ugly. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Give me 4 more of them. I don't know why I'm going to need 8 explosives plants, but might as well. Water, I can steal from here. Something like that'll probably work just fine. Although I'd really... No, I can still run this belt down the middle. You come over here. You run straight down here. We unload out of the back. Put in some big electric poles. You're going to feed in like this. You're going to feed out like this. Lovely stuff. These power poles seem pretty unnecessary now that we've got connection here. You seem pretty unnecessary. And then we'll wrap this back up around here. You're pretty unnecessary. I do have a slight problem with water availability here, which is that I want to run an underground. So what I can do is this. And that works. So you're going to run under here. We can split the steel off right next to you because it's conveniently right there. Reactor's done. I'll get to that in a second. I just want to get my new tank friend ready. So something like this. We're going to split the steel off. Or the plastic off. Something like this. And we're going to have like this disgusting counterflow belt. And we can fit 4 plants. I'll move them down by 1. That should about do it for... I'm just going to go with normal cannon shells to start. That should do it for cannon shells. Here. Here. Limit input. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Alright. So we're now kind of tank capable. Let's keep working on random stuff. Moving on to a nuclear reactor. We want to be somewhat near water, because this thing is going to drink a lot of water. And this is one where I would really love to blueprint, but I'm going to struggle through actually designing one. With an eye on simultaneously get it running as fast as possible so that you can end your dependence on coal, and make it look good, because eventually you're going to upgrade it to a 2x2 and it's going to power your base through the mid game and into the end game. So you want something that is both functional and interesting to look at. Are you up to that task? It produces 40 megawatts of heat. 1 heat exchanger consumes 10 megawatts of heat. 1 nuclear reactor will run 4 heat exchangers. But that isn't how neighbor bonuses work when you have a nuclear reactor. They scale, I think, multiplicatively. So we're going to not look up a blueprint, but we are going to Google Factorio nuclear reactor ratios. 4 reactors makes 480 megawatts of heat, which requires 48 heat exchangers. Is that true? Still? Like, even in the new patch? Yeah, I guess so. 48 to 84. Alright. Give me 1 for now, just because I want to plan. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Eventually, that's going to be our configuration. Give me a heat pipe as well, and give me 1 steam turbine. We're going to run heat pipes out of these things, and we're going to connect heat exchangers to them. Something like that. But I need to fit 48 of these things in. So we could do 2, 4, 6. I could actually... It's so hard to make a good-looking symmetrical nuclear reactor. 8, 10, 12. 12, 24, 36, 48. But there's so much wasted space in the middle here. So I wonder if I can tighten that in a little bit by perhaps abandoning my symmetry. Or Or what if we did this? No, ghosted. How would you do that? Like this? Hold on, I think I'm cooking something here. That's 8. 10. 12. $16, 20, 22, 24, 48. Chef, where do the heat pipes go? Right there. Chef, how's the steam get out? How's the water get in? I got all your answers and more. Then, we need 84 steam turbines. And these also fit in just so perfectly. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. 30, 40, 50, 60. Just remember they're there. 64, 68, 72, 76. How do we run logistics into this thing? How do you fuel it? Here. Right here. You want to belt feed it? That might be a little complicated. Belt feeding this is actually going to be a lot complicated. We're going to have to feed it by hand. That's okay. I'm okay feeding this by hand. Move this. Move it to like here. Because I actually want to finish the blueprint. And then if you make a blueprint of it, what you got? 48, 76. It's a little off. But the 448 is dead on. We need to get to 84. So this would be 80, and this would be 84. I mean, I'll live. It's not the most elegant solution ever, but I'll live. Let's plug all of this in. This is stupid. Why would you leave a too wide gap? Just plug them in directly. Yeah. Do you also want to plug these in directly? What if you did? What if you moved that up by 1? And then you moved this up by 1. That basically prevents you from navigating into the middle of the reactor at all. So I think you actually might want to do this. And this. And then you would have these... No, that's not going to work either, because you need an outlet for that steam. Actually, I don't think this works as well as I think. Hang on. No, it does. This is fine. Because these are all going to link up on the outside. So you're going to come out like this. And you're going to come out like this. Right? And then you're going to underground. You don't reach, you asshole. You're going to go like that. Right? And then you're going to go like this to hook up to the other steam over there. And then we're going to do the same thing over here. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. 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 And then for this middle part, because we might want to get reactor access at some point, we run pipes like this. We also connect all these waters up over here. You. So that's all of our steam connected into one big steam network. All steam pipes can talk to all other steam pipes. The last thing that we have to do is connect all water pipes to all water pipes, but that's easy. That's just one of these. And that's a nuclear reactor. Oh, hold on. Yeah. Yeah, so that's going to be our 2x2 nuke. How many water pumps do I need? How much do these make these days? 1,200 per second. How much water are you going to consume? 10.3 times 48. You're going to consume 494? That's it? Holy cow, man. I barely need anything. So we're going to run you down here. Hey, this doesn't need to be ghosted anymore. Is this where you're really going to put it, though? Hey, I guess we could shift it around like a little bit. We could put it like... Oh, you don't want it to touch the oil plant. I guess I'll put it like here. And that's where it's going to live. You also haven't plugged in any of the heat pipes. That's okay. You can do that now. Something like that. I think something like that will do just fine. Okay. Let's get to work. We have a lot to build. If I blueprint this, how much do I need? 96 heat pipes. I have 6. I need to make 90. Nice and easy. 90 heat pipes is going to be 1,800 copper plate. All right. Let's get to work on that. At least we have 500. Go grab as much steel as possible. Out of fuel. Okay, this is dangerous. We are almost out of fuel because our coal mines aren't keeping up anymore, which means we need to pivot to making solid fuel right now. Otherwise, this is going to crash the entire electrical network for the base. And we do not want that to happen. So we're going to make 4 chem plants. Maybe even 8, but we'll start with 4. Wait, the belt hasn't given up at least? But it is consuming the entire belt right now. So that coal patch is on borrowed time. There's nothing getting through to the plastic anymore, which is going to shut off our research. I'm not even going to worry about where it gets placed because I'm going to move it later. Solid fuel from light oil. Make 4 of them. Power it. 2, 3, 4. Where's my pipes? I guess I used them all. Oh, I'm making the chem plant stuff. You go here, you go here, you go here. You're gonna jump under here. You're gonna run down here. Oh, this is a problem. The coal's on the bus. We can send it up. We're gonna send it up and over. So you come down here, wait there to get plugged in. You stop here. And now that you're cut off, we're going to run you up and around this way. And we're going to run you down this way. And eventually all that coal will get cleared off and it's just going to start burning solid fuel. Then we'll run you back up here and around. And back down. And coal's back on the main bus. That should be enough solid fuel. Solid fuel is way more energy dense than coal is. Coal is 4 megajoules, solid fuel is 12, so it burns 3 times as long. Even though it looks like we're not producing as much, I think it should last us just fine. If it doesn't, I guess we'll find out really soon. So the coal is going to fill back in. It's going to finish populating the main bus, and then it'll get pushed back out to the factories again. Or to the smelters again. Good thing we caught that when we did. But I can't imagine we have a ton of copper. No, 500, we're chilling. Keep working on that. We don't have to plug all of the heat pipe in right now. Oh, you know what else I need to fix? I don't know how I'm going to transmit power into this thing. Do I have substations unlocked yet? No, I need to research substations very soon. Because I need to be able to pull power out of this thing. Oops. There we go. All right, there's that. But yeah, we gotta research substation after this. I think I should just be able to line the outside. These might be a little sketchy though. We'll see what I can reach if I put one like right there. Up to 330 cannon shells. That's doing all right for itself. We still haven't caught back up on fuel, huh? Why? What is consuming so much coal on this belt? Grenades. Grenades are eating a ton of coal. This is in the process of backing up, so at least I know that's done. I guess the other thing I could do is I could switch all of the furnaces over to solid fuel, but I would really rather just have solid fuel run the coal boilers and nothing else. Oh, the plastic's what's consuming it all. It's all going into plastic. All right, I think I just need to wait a little bit longer for the fuel to catch back up and find its way back into the smelting array. Give me another 5 of these. These are also super copper heavy, if I remember. Yeah, we're going to be burning a ton of copper. I might just plug in 1/4 of it. And then just let it rip. Because one reactor only needs 4 and 7. In fact, I think I am going to do that. I'll plug all the heat piping in. But then I'm going to make 4 of these 7 turbines, and I'm just going to call that good. 2. Alright, you need to research substations. These are very important to your overall mission. Once plastic backs up, which it looks like it's about to, then coal will back up. And once coal backs up, then the furnaces will turn on again. Because, yeah, like everything is dead right now. Which is fine. We have enough science in reserve on the belts to get through electric energy distribution. And so many of our problems are solved when we just turn the nuclear reactor on. How are my centrifuges doing? You guys backed up over here yet? Or are you guys good? You're good. And you have 4 U-238 for me. Adequate. Go check out copper. Yikes. Pretty severe yikes. You are working. You're all working, so that's good. Hey, we've almost laid the heat pipe. So that's at least one thing out of the way. I need 4 of these to turn on. How about the 2 of you? We have them on me. We might as well run them. Let's go get some more pipe, actually. And then we really can't just finish all that out while we wait for the copper to build back up. Electric energy distribution is done. I'm actually not going to run science for a little bit. I know that I should, and we kind of fall behind because I'm not going to. But the base just doesn't have that many materials coming in right now. And I want to give it a chance to catch up. Rebuild some buffers. Here comes the copper again. The coal finally caught up because the plastic finally backed up. And then let's build maybe 8 of these. So the one I'm most concerned about, yeah, it doesn't quite reach in there. I'm going to have to put one like here, which is an issue because it's where I wanted to run the belting. It's going to need to be like 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's fine. And then 5, 6, 7. Is that symmetrical? Yes. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 9, 10, 11, 12. I need 4 more. I'm short on copper cable. Who could have guessed? I know I shouldn't worry that much about belting, because eventually that thing is going to be 100% logistics controlled. But I guess it's better to build with that in mind and never actually have it come to pass than not build with that in mind and then find out actually you needed to. Where's my... oh, here we are. Substation. So the other one's going to go here, and that's fine. This guy is going to need 1 landfill. Right here, I think. Oh, I hate that. Make a second landfill. There you go. You're going to go here. And then here. And then 1 more because I miscounted. Here. That will reach all of the turbines. And then I just need to plug you into the grid. Which is done like that. And then I just need to make 2 more of you. Which is done like that. And then I'm just going to kill these 2 heat pipes, because I don't actually know if they siphon heat from the reactor if the reactor's not outputting to them. You're going to come here so that you can go here, so that you connect to that heat pipe, so that you run through here. You're going to output your steam like this. Yep. And yep. Run this down here. Run this, this. All of that. So that's water hooked up to every heat exchanger now. I should also get the offshore pump to actually do that. That's water. Oh, it's not going to pass through because I need to build the... oh. It won't pass through if I don't actually have the heat exchangers built. Which means I need to do this and kill this and kill this and put that in. Well, I guess I can hook it up to the ghosts. Doesn't really matter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. That's exactly the ratio right there. This thing is almost ready to turn on. And it doesn't need to send that steam anywhere else. I should finish the piping as long as I'm up here, though. I did bring the piping for specifically that reason. Good, good. Good. This is, by the way, the very first time I've ever built a nuclear reactor by hand. I have always blueprinted these ahead of time. I've spent enough time looking at them to mostly understand how they work. But as far as like actually calculating the ratio and actually building the setup by hand instead of trusting a blueprint to do it, haven't messed with that before. So it's possible that this thing fails catastrophically. I don't think it will, because I don't think I've forgotten anything. But it could. We'll see. At least it's kind of out of the way, so if it does fail catastrophically, it's not like it's going to blow anything up. 1, 2, 3. Good. You can always leave out this way, so you're never actually trapped inside of it by pipes. And then I need 4 more of you. So it's going to be 200 copper. I'm almost there. That'll do it. And then I need iron. A lot of iron. I can pilfer from the steel array. I can pilfer from the steel array. There's only one solid fuel plant working to run all of those generators. That's good. One. This should also be a pretty significant reduction to our pollution cloud as well, because we're not going to be running all of those coal boilers nearly as often after this thing turns on. Well, we finished these last 100 gear crafts. I'm actually going to go and pick up the U-230, the U-235. U-235 is the good stuff. U-238 is the depleted stuff. So let's go get our U-235. We are up to 5 of it. That's enough for 50 fuel cells. This stuff is... Oh, and I need a bunch of the U-238 as well. Not that that should be a problem. That is enough for 50 nuclear fuel cells, which is enough to run this reactor for a very long time. Plenty long enough to get another 5. And, like, we're not even drilling that much of it right now. We could really expand that mine out. Two, 3. Then as soon as these craft, we could go ahead and turn this thing on. Very exciting time. So it's going to take a while to heat up to 1,000, but as soon as it gets over 500, it'll start producing power. And then we are probably just going to wait until our grid starts complaining and we'll add a second reactor. I'm going to craft it now, but I'm not going to put it down immediately. Because it will technically... Well, it doubles our fuel consumption, but I guess it also, like, doubles our power output. I don't think it matters. What's your problem? Oh, you're out of steel. I see, you're out of steel. There we go. You know what else I'm going to do as long as I'm thinking? No, well, I can't really afford to do it yet because we're so short on red circuits. We're going to be handcrafting a lot of ovens still. I was going to say I could automate them quick, but I think I would rather just handcraft the ones I need for the initial racks, and then I'm just going to build a giant mall. And we can get everything we need from there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. You can have those 40. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It's up to 159C. That is heat pipe almost done. Because I need one more here. Ah, whatever, I'll just put it in now. So that's all the heat piping done. Obviously, the rest of this infrastructure is not done, but we can plug it in as it becomes necessary. While we wait for you, I'm going to craft a tank. Which would be a logistics vehicle, because it moves. All we need for you is engine units, which we should have a massive surplus of. Because I think we're overproducing engine units relative to everything else. Yep, we are. We could even steal off of this to start thinking about making electric engine units. Electric circuit, engine unit, lubricant. It's not the worst idea. Hello.
Hello. Tell me of your factory.
I built a nuclear reactor. We are preparing to enter a world of clean power. Look at how constructed it is.
It's very
It is
blue.
the absolute bare minimum that I need right now, but our coal is starting to run out, and I just need something functional. So,
It's all blue.
blue is currently planned, but not actually built.
Oh.
So, it is very much a work in progress right now. So for electric engine units, let's split you off here. This is going to be so ugly. Everything in this factory is ugly.
It's Factorio.
Here.
It's all ugly. Even when it's not ugly, it's ugly.
No, there are times when Factorio looks nice. Like, you can't tell me... Well, it's off right now. When the lights are on...
Okay.
When the lights are on over there, it looks really nice.
Uh-huh.
Okay? You don't believe me, but... It looks really nice when the lights are on.
Okay.
You're only going to need... one gap. So you can go like this. You're going to make electric engine units.
It looks as good as it can.
That's going to look so much better.
Okay.
Are you going to bed or getting ready for bed?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's that?
I was going to be done here in like 15-20 minutes probably, and then go and make myself a cracker and cheese plate probably. So if you wanted to do that, it would be welcome. Otherwise, I was going to take care of it myself.
I will barter.
Mm-hmm. Oh, sure, yeah. So you're going to come through like here. And then I just need to run the lubricant parallel to the sulfuric acid, and I'll be fine. Something like this. Perhaps. Robot frames, I'm 100% going to take the time to automate, because we are going to consume a lot of them. Furnaces, I'm probably only going to make like 200, 300. Flying robot frames, we're going to have thousands of these things. So a little something like that will do. A little something like this will do. You are the engines. You're going to hit here. No, you're going to hit here. Yep, that's right. And then we're going to need a splitter for green circuits. I'm going to need more belt. I can probably turn on research again at this point. The manufacturing capabilities of the factory have caught up. The nuclear reactor is still not on because the steam pumps are close to max production. You're a splitter. You go like this. You are a splitter. You go like this. You go like that. You get run up this way. That's everything we need for electric engine units. And the only thing we're really going to use electric engine units in is flying robot frames, so we might as well do like 1-to-1 insertion on them. What's the ratio like? Actually, I think the ratio is really bad if I remember correctly. So you make 0.07 per second? Uh-oh. Really? What the heck? That's gonna have to wait. That could have been so much worse. And it's still gonna be annoying, but... Don't you dare. Where the hell did you come from? And more importantly, what did I do to kick out that much pollution? You must have come from here? You must have come from there. Well, good opportunity to take the tank out for a drive, I suppose. This iron patch really on its last legs here, but I think we're gonna... Oh, no. Again? Go away. What the heck, man? Leave my inserter alone. Try that shit again. Now, I need fuel for this thing. Need a couple cannon shells. Need a couple bullets. But at this point, with an operational tank, we can kill as many biters as we want with a little bit of patience. It's still kind of tedious to defend our pollution cloud. But we are much more powerful. So let's go pay that nest a visit. Only it was a little faster, but I'm not going to complain too much about it. What's my range on this thing? 30? Compared to 18? It shoots for miles. Holy cow. I'd say this is going pretty well. I do need to do like one shell damage upgrade, but I didn't know it pierced. And that kind of rules. Also, let's get all this off my back. Flamethrower would be even better here, but gun turtle do in a pinch. And then switching back to shells. Clean up these last couple nests. Much, much easier than turret creep. Probably a tiny bit more expensive in terms of repair packs required, but those things are free. So we can clear out as much territory as we want. Our main limitation was the size of nest that we could realistically destroy using turret creep tactics. And the size that we can destroy in a tank is functionally infinite with good enough kiting. Anything else a problem while we're out here? Yeah, probably that one, but I'm gonna leave it. And I'm just gonna head back to base, and that's probably where we're gonna be done. I'm gonna go check on the nuclear reactor, but I believe it should have turned on by now, which is going to cut down on the amount of solid fuel that our boilers need to consume. And the next step for us, next time we stream Factorio, is going to be robots, and it's going to be an actual proper production line. We're going to build an actual smelting rack. We're going to set up trains to bring the inputs in. And if we can get far enough on Tuesday, which maybe we can, we'll see, it would be nice to end on Tuesday with a functional mall. Oh yeah, reactor turned on. These things are barely doing anything now. Look at that. We are producing 1/3 of the total power that we need to produce. That is beautiful. So that cloud is going to get much smaller. I'm not going to unplug these because they are an important source of backup power for the base in case something happens to this reactor over here. But yeah, this guy is happily going to hum away and burn that stuff down very, very slowly. So that is where we are going to wrap up for the end of this one. We have a defended base, we have a tank, we have a nuclear reactor, we have power set forever. We can scale this thing up as much as we want. And when we pick up next time, we are going to be working on scaling up the rest of our production to match our wonderful new electricity grid. If you want to know when that's going to happen, I have a Discord. I ping when I am going to be streaming on Twitch, as well as when I release videos or have other questions for the community. I have a VODs channel if you'd like to catch stuff that we've done in the past, and I have a YouTube channel if you'd like to find some edited, curated Guild Wars 2 videos for your consuming pleasure. I will see you guys around next time on Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. And until then, take care. Enjoy the rest of your night. Have a good one.